That final table is actually on a cruise ship, and it's being used for bingo tonight.
Lines up to 100, 200. Action has been folded to Boris Becker. Not going to play this hand. Sixes for Chris McClung.
400.
Canadian raises to 400.
I like how he popped that chip in there. That was cool.
7-8 suited for Vanessa Selbst. Calling from the hijack. 9-8 of hearts.
More suited connectors for Thor.
Heath Herring calls from the cutoff. King 4 of hearts for Carlos Sanchez.
Sanchez is in position and getting some nasty pot odds.
He calls. Kevin Thurman folds the small blind, and Russell Jones folds the big blind. So 4 players will see the flop. Ten, 9, 6. What a flop! A straight flush draw for Vanessa Selbst and a set of sixes for Chris McClung.
This flop is so much action, it should star Jason Statham.
Let's not forget that Heath Herring has paired his 9, and he has a straight draw as well.
McClung's very likely to think he has the best hand with a set of sixes.
McClung has continued for 1150.
Vanessa has little to protect against. A raise could chase away some of her action.
She calls.
Herring also flopped pretty huge, like his arms.
He calls. Sanchez will get out of the way, so 3 players go to the turn. And there is the straight flush for Vanessa Selbst.
Vanessa's inner monologue. Please someone bet. Please someone bet.
McClung checks it.
He does not oblige. It's actually a pretty scary board for bottom set.
Vanessa checks as well. And Herring checks behind. 10 of clubs on the river. McClung improves to a full house.
Rivering a full house, usually a good thing. This time, not so much. This is gonna get ugly.
He bets 4,000. Vanessa only has 13,000 behind.
How much will the raise be?
I'm all in.
She moves all in. Herring folds. Decision on McClung.
It is bottom full house. Maybe he gets away.
I call.
No, he calls.
Call.
Sick, man.
Yeah. Sure, you have a house? Yeah.
McClung looks McStung.
Sick.
Sick. That was sicker than the monkey from Outbreak.
It's rare to get a straight flush. It's even rarer to get paid the maximum with it.
Against someone else, maybe McClung could have laid it down, but against Vanessa, no shot.
What's up, guys? This is Poker Express, and we are back with another episode of Poker Hands. Today, we are going to be taking a look over a compilation of flush versus full house situations. Let us know in the comments below if you have ever come across a cooler such as this yourself. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis. Let's jump straight into the action with the first hand from Party Poker Live.
This is like something I would never do, he should never do. I just
Isn't one of your favorite things about Phil Lock his capability to surprise?
Yes.
I mean, no matter what you expect, he just never produces what you expect. He can, you know.
Oh wow, he has the flush draw here. This and oh man, top two. The only better card than the 9 of clubs instead of the 7, and this is about as much action as you can get.
And I guess the real question is
seat 7 check.
Well, I was going to say is how fast Seaver wants to play it.
Oh boy. Okay. Well,
because Seaver might have fast played that on the flop, you know, check raise and try to get some money in.
I love this. I love the bet. I love Vanessa's hand. Vanessa's probably going to peel. With this board, Phil's in there peeling, drawing dead.
He's in big trouble here.
Yeah, a lot of times when it checks around and the first person to bet the turn is usually bluff, just has nothing. So I think Phil's going with that train of thought here, and he's thinking, I got, I can get an 8 to fold. I have overs if they has like 8, 9 and calls. I mean, this is catastrophe. Scott, I have a feeling Scott will call and check. Whoa, the very ever so slight head shake.
Brilliant.
He knows Phil is a live pro. Phil's watching him out of the corner of his eye. The very subtle thing. He's not raising, he's calling.
Now, in Seaver's mind, it's really hard for Locke not to be drawing dead here, because how can Phil have an ace here? I mean, would Phil have checked an ace 3 ways on the flop?
He just called, right?
Yeah.
This is
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
he knows where he's at.
Right.
He knows where he's at.
He knows Locke's drawing dead.
He knows
right?
Phil probably doesn't have an ace like 90% of the time.
Ace.
Oh God!
No.
If Seaver,
oh my gosh! Vanessa would have made the full house.
Yep, she's killing herself right now. She literally wants to go jump, but she's gonna be so happy because this will be shown. If he lead, he's gonna lead. So I don't think he thinks he has a flush, because he wouldn't think Phil would check that back. So he's going to lead and he's going to get called.
So he actually thinks that Locke might have been making sort of a blocking raise with like 10s or jacks, trying to get to a cheap showdown.
Phil's just calling here. He's not raising. The board's paired. He has a second nut flush. Phil thinks he miracled the river here, and he's going to be very upset. This is a nightmare. Vanessa is the happiest person in Montreal right now. Look at her.
What a cooler! What a cooler! It's almost like performance art. Scott Seaver, of course, what a huge
10 players at this featured table still, including Jennifer Harmon, who was absent from last year's main event. She was undergoing a kidney transplant, successful, we're happy to say. She's got pocket queens and raises to 200. Corey Zeidman from Coral Gables, Florida, made a stud final table last year. 9-8 of diamonds.
Call.
Action on Brady Davis in his first World Series of Poker. He's 34 years old, from Illinois.
You cannot get up from a table here, Lon, without tripping over an internet guy in a Red Sox cap.
3 to our flop now. The flop, 10 Jack Queen Harmon with a set, but Zeidman flops a Queen High straight.
Boy, that is the prelude to some fireworks usually.
Davis checks over to Harmon, who's got a set of queens, and she bets 500 chips on Zeidman.
2,000.
He raises it up to 2,000 with that straight.
When you're holding the 2 smallest cards of a straight, you want to raise everybody else out because you don't want somebody else to get lucky and get a higher straight on you.
Well, he forced Brady Davis out. Now action on Jen Harmon. It's 1,500 more to Jen. That is a lot at this stage of the tournament.
She plays it safe and just calls.
Zeidman with the lead with his straight as we go to the turn. The turn is a 10 of diamonds. Harmon makes a full house.
And boy, Lon, that's virtually the worst card in the deck that could come out for Zeidman, because it gives Jennifer Harmon, who checks, an almost unbeatable hand and makes Corey think his hand is even better now because of the straight flush draw on top of his made straight.
1,000.
Zeidman bets 1,000.
And it's just bad luck for Corey Zeidman. He flops the straight, and then the next card gives him a straight flush draw, but if he makes the flush, he can't win. He can only win with the straight flush, and there's only one card left in the deck that could do that for him. Jen in the driver's seat.
It's 1,000 chip bet to Jen Harmon, and she's reaching.
3,000.
She raises it to 3,000.
And it is head-shaking time now for Corey Zeidman. He doesn't know it, but only one card in the deck, the 7 of diamonds, would save him.
How can I get off of this hand?
Every decision in the main event magnified. Both have monster hands. You lose this hand, your day just might be over.
I think he might have ace-king, actually. I was hoping it wasn't that. Now I'm hoping something else.
Yeah, if she had ace-king, she'd have the higher straight.
Wow.
And his flush, if he made it, then would beat her.
Jeez. How can I possibly muck this hand?
He can only muck it if he believes that she has the full house already.
I call.
He makes the call. We're going to the river. Jen Harmon with a huge advantage. And now the river card. Oh, the perfect card for Zeidman. The 7 of diamonds gives him the straight flush.
And he even checks it again, which an amateur would do, to make sure he's got it. Wow.
Action on Jen Harmon, who has the full house. She makes it 3,000 to put Zeidman all in.
Why is Corey acting as if he's agonized?
I guess I could do a lot of sightseeing if I lose this hand.
You can't lose the hand.
All in.
It's over. Zeidman takes the pot.
Straight flush.
I knew you had that hand. Oh, mamma mia.
It was hard to get off. I'm like, gosh, I flopped the straight. I'm like, ace king is the only hand that's going to beat me now.
Don't put a 7 of diamonds up there.
Wow, nice hand.
Thank you. Come on, a little for that. Yeah, all right, yeah.
Jennifer's been told she looks like she's in pain when she plays. She's got good reason right now.
Takes a lot to beat you in a hand. Straight flush on.
Jennifer not getting any consolation from Zeidman. Harmon hurting early at the main event.
You keep moving up the pay ladder. It is
Allez, les bleus.
in the big blind here. And it's Ronan on the button. Jack 8 of diamonds. That's enough, right?
I'd imagine Stefan would kind of hoping maybe the dealer will forget about him and he doesn't have to put out a blind.
Nick making a decision there with the ace-6. He's come in and flopped 2 pair here.
And a flush draw for Ronan. It could be fireworks here.
I would say. Is that check? Both playing cagey, full house, and Ronan's made his flush. Oh, that's ugly. You can't blame Ronan for checking back.
Or even Ronan.
Ronan the Barbarian.
Raise 265.
Poor Ronan drawing dead. You hit your flush on the turn. It's been checked on the flop.
And it is very deceptive because of the check on the flop. Ronan's not really going to suspect that he's walked into a full house here.
I think in terms of quantity surveying, Ronan will eventually realize he has too much to fold and yet not enough to win.
7.
Story of my life.
Nick's trying to talk the chips in the pot.
Can you win? You get a million.
Is Nick actually slow playing this here, Parg? Yeah. Is this what you would call a
call?
Yeah, his bet got raised and then had a big dwell up before, and he's just called.
I think
just to make Ronan absolutely sure that his flush is good. That looks like a good card for Ronan because it's not a 4th diamond.
Oh, poor Ronan.
So if Ronan can get out of this, he should be in a circus.
I think Nick is doing what the fishermen call getting the hook deeper in.
Okay.
And
he looks like he's got a hook in his mouth.
this is a bit unfortunate for Ronan. There is no way he can fold his flush here. He just wants to see it, but he knows that if Nick has what he's representing, and he does, the flush is no good. And you don't see that too often, Park. Bad beat like that.
Well, a flush against the full house after they both checked the flop.
And
they fooled each other nicely.
He's doing true quantity.